Howdy, howdy. Ooh, that's a weird reflection. Welcome to this impromptu word from my car as I'm driving home. I've got glitter on my face from a fun time. My best friend's in town visiting, and I haven't seen her in a year, so we had a fun late night. But I wanted to hop on here to make this video to say something that came through to me earlier, and it's so important. Yesterday I posted something about the power of prayer, inspired by this incredible video that I watched of this woman's near-death experience and her visions about prayer and what that looks like, and the significance of prayer and how it affects and intertwines with absolutely the fabric of the universe, with everything. So I was driving on the highway today, and I was driving through a very urban metropolitan city area, Miami, okay? And if you live here, you know that this traffic is not it's just not happening, okay? It's not the best. It's not fun. But it is what it is, and you need to go through it in order to get around. Sorry if I'm slightly distracted. I'm just holding my phone here and recording at the same time. Anyway, so I was driving past lots and lots of traffic. It took me 2.5 hours to do a drive that is now taking me 35 minutes, just to give you an idea of how insane this backed up traffic was. So it was caused by a little fender bender that was pulled over on the side of the highway. And all these cars moving in this road, congested, slowing down, being safe, avoiding traffic. And you know, I had a thought, which is that, what if collectively we decided that we are going to pray for people who might need it, or people who are in dire situations, people who are hurting, people who are suffering, people who are, I don't know, just in these situations, people who get into accidents, people who are frustrated about the consequences of people getting into accidents. What if we turned our thoughts to focus on wishing benevolent things for everybody? And if we did find ourselves feeling frustrated, okay, like, let yourself feel your feelings. But if you notice yourself having a thought, or like grasping onto a thought that, like, oh, like, you know, I'm so upset about this traffic, I'm so impatient, you know, like, if you notice yourself playing into these thoughts or these ideas, or just grasping onto the actual thoughts, like if you are feeling something or thinking something that you could write down and put it into words, and it creates this, like, you know, negative feeling. What if we, you know, okay, let it be there, you know, like, don't shame yourself for being a human and having reactions and having feelings. It's all perfectly fine. Like, you're allowed to feel pissed off, you're allowed to feel frustrated. But imagine if we could focus on amplifying positive intentions for literally everybody. Like, for example, right now I'm driving, and there are all these cars around me with all these people in these cars, and there are people in the lives of all these people, and people in those people's lives, and so on and so forth. And the network of connections is unfathomably infinite, and it spans beyond time. It literally spans beyond time. It spans back to our ancestors and forward into the future. It's timeless. The interconnectivity of humanity and of God and of the spirit, it's timeless. It's beyond time. So what if we walked around and held in our heart this intention or this prayer? Like, even if we can't consciously acknowledge every single 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 40, 100, 200 people around us, like, and like individually wish them well, what if we had the intention that when we pass someone, we send them love. We bless them. We wish them well. We wish them fruitful, positive endeavors, like whatever it is. Like, I wish this person peace. I wish this person happiness. May this person have ease in their workplace, in their workday, in their, with their children, with their wife, with their husband. May this person have ease at their job, ease, tying their shoes, ease fixing things that are broken in their life. Like, whatever it is, like, what if we just turn that on? Especially knowing and understanding how powerful and effective prayer is. I swear to God, I think that, especially in cities or places that are more congested, when we can do as much as just very simply holding a thought and concentrating on it. And I mean, it's been scientifically proven how our consciousness affects reality. So if you need this explained to you, if you need this to be convinced to you, then I pray that you have your own experience that shows you how powerful and legit prayer actually is, and the power of intention, the power of thought, and prayer and intention. But if you're here, I'm assuming that you already kind of grasp this and understand this. But the key point here in my message is, I was inspired to share this because when I was driving on the highway and I drove past this accident, I was stuck in traffic for 2 hours longer than I was supposed to. And bumper to bumper traffic, 4 to 5 lanes of cars for 2 hours. That is like thousands, like tens of thousands of people like passing by this one accident, these 2 cars in this one accident, tens of thousands of people. Could you imagine if tens of thousands of people prayed for you if you got in an accident, God forbid. But I'm just saying, like, instead of getting all anal and like righteous or indignant or whatever about, like, I'm mad that I'm not getting where I want to be in time, somebody's life could have been at stake, and your life is also effervescent. Like, we don't know when we're gonna die. We are not in control of any of this. We may think we are, but we're not. And so imagine if we could just turn our thoughts to gratitude. And I will say this one, this additional point. If you find yourself in life situations where you're displeased or uncomfortable, or you're feeling entitled, like you don't deserve to go through this, or like, why is all this stuff happening to me, or like, why are these people being like this? I've been in so many situations, especially traveling through Southeast Florida. The traffic here is the worst on the entire East Coast. It's worse than Manhattan, and I've driven through Manhattan. I've lived in there with a car before. And Miami is worse. It's a different animal entirely. But I just want to encourage people who maybe need to hear this, like, why, like use those, sticky, uncomfortable, annoying situations as opportunities to pray for the other people. If someone's having a bad day and they take it out doing on you or on the people around them, doing some unsafe driving move, pray for them. Do not add to the ignorance, to the trap of suffering by believing that it's personal, or believing that somehow you deserved it to be mistreated or whatever. The thing is, in the moment where someone cuts you off in traffic, or someone blames you for no reason, or someone accuses you for something you didn't do, all kinds of crap happens all the time to everyone everywhere. And it's not personal. Pretty much most of the time, it's not personal. But see it this way, like, understand that if this stuff is happening to you, especially if it's happening over and over and over, you are in an advantage point. You have a vantage point to literally wish these people well, to grow and deepen in your compassion, your strength of compassion, to literally cleanse the mirror of your soul free from gunk, and literally behold people in the light of God. Practice loving in a godly way. If you want to feel that love, you want to feel that unconditional love, you need to learn how to reflect it back into the world. So you're going to find, if this unconditional godly love is something you've been praying for, I know for me, they say be careful what you wish for. And, I want to feel the love of God. I want to share that love of God in my relationships. I want to feel this warm, unconditional, godly love. And that's something I pray for. And I pray to be able to serve it and to be it. Because how can I recognize it if I don't know how to hold that for another? And that this doesn't mean tolerate abuse or, harm yourself. Of course, respect your limitations. It's sometimes a tricky thing to balance, because sometimes people are abusive and you need to get yourself out of an abusive situation. But sometimes you just, you go to town and someone's having a crappy day and they take it out on you, and maybe that happens a lot because you live in a really busy city and you run into a lot of people. Or maybe it doesn't happen a lot and you just have a different streak of luck, so to speak. But I feel like, one reason that those things happen is so that you have an opportunity to envelop or to embody more of this, like, godly love. And again, like, do not kill yourself. Do not harm yourself. Don't hurt yourself over this. Don't, hang out in a situation and stress yourself out and drain your energy more than you actually have. But sometimes in life, you'll be on the road and something just freaky will happen. An accident will happen, or someone will take something out on you, or traffic will happen, and you might be upset about it. But it's like, especially if it's not personal to you, it's not affecting you. Again, I feel like it's an opportunity to pray for people who might need it. And I really hope this message is coming across. My main point here, and I might be repeating myself, is that I want to say is that the power that our intentions and our consciousness holds is incomprehensible. It's beyond what I will ever be. It's beyond what I will ever be, what I will ever know, in this flesh. And imagine how many opportunities and how powerful it is to realize and recognize how many opportunities we have to connect to the glory of God and the glory of creation and the universe. And to feed that. It's a privilege. It's a blessing. It is a blessing. It's an honor, honestly. And I'm driving and there's all these street lamps and I'm thinking, oh, these street lamps, it is literally a miracle that light is lining the path that I am traversing down right now. That is one tiny miracle. And within that tiny miracle, there are infinite other miracles. So this is what I'm saying. If you feel like your life is in a shitty circumstances or shitty situations, I'm not saying deny or ignore or bypass. If someone's abusing you, someone's giving you shit, put them in their place, call them out, take care of yourself, stick up for yourself. Don't let people bully you, and I'm not advocating for violence really, but I'm saying let's acknowledge the truth. Sometimes you gotta grit your teeth because the world is a gritty ass place, man. But what I'm saying is that if you really want to fill your life with the love of God and with this passionate spiritual connection, you have an opportunity, endless opportunities to see that everywhere. And so I'm suggesting the traffic that, pray for these people who are not being the nicest, because it's a place to start. And most of the time people, don't like their lives because of how other people behave or what other people are doing or the environment or whatever. And, okay, like, it's okay to acknowledge, I don't like these circumstances and I want to change them. It's encouraged to go towards what you desire, I think, especially if what you desire is good for you and nurturing, spiritually, emotionally, physically nurturing for you, pleasurable, and acknowledge that, take action, go towards it, like, be honest with yourself. And in the meantime, really just appreciation, prayer, gratitude. I feel like they all fall into the same kind of pot for me. But cast that light in your soul of souls, like, onto the world around you, onto the people around you. And I swear, the more you do that, the more space you feel, the more peace you feel, the more tolerance you feel, the more room you have in your spirit for humanity and for all the, mistakes that people will make. And one more time, like, I'm not advocating for you to become a doormat and let yourself be abused or battered down, because that's not cute. It's serve yourself as well, like, take care of yourself. You know your limits, you know your capacity. Only you can know your limits, your capacity, what you can tolerate. And if you're over your capacity and you have a blow up or whatever, it's like, God is forgiving, like, and you might be surprised, a lot of people are also forgiving and understanding as well. And it's not always easy to find people who really deeply understand other people, I think, but when that is there, it's such a gift. But, like, no matter what, God is unconditionally loving and understanding. And even if no one around you can forgive you or show you grace that you deserve in, like, the eyes of God, then, you can hold that hopefully for yourself. And that doesn't mean getting away with, bad behaviors. It's such an umbrella term. I don't even like saying that, but yeah, I think a really important part of this conversation is accountability and honesty and, like, reality, because I'm a very spiritual, religious person, and I'm, like, preaching all these things, but there's also, we are human, and we live in a physical, three-dimensional world, and that means we have needs, we have limitations. So honor your boundaries, honor your capacity, honor your yes, honor your no, honor your attraction, your repulsion, all of these things. So, yeah. And just to close this up, I'm going to repeat one more time why I wanted to make this video. We are so interconnected. We are so powerful. So maybe make it an intention, like, try this on if you want to experiment with this, or just, adapt it as a practice. Like, when you walk past people in public or drive past people, or, like, when you wake up or before you go to bed, imagine everyone on earth. Imagine the whole earth wrapped in, like, golden light or love or protection or good health or joy or peace or connection or resolute, like, whatever it is that you want to extend to your human family, neighbors. Just hold that in your heart, even just for a few seconds, and really feel it, connect with it, believe it, and it makes a world of a difference. Imagine if people turned their mindlessness or their ignorance to positive, uplifting, prayerful intent just for a second. Like, the quality of the connection is so much more important than the amount of time that you're connecting with whatever it is. So imagine if you were able to do that, and what kind of effect it would have in the realm of the spirit, in the realm of God. It's unbelievable. So I hope this was encouraging for whoever wanted or needed to hear this.